What's up, fam? So this week we have had a bunch of protests in schools across Texas. And they're protesting ICE, I guess. And I really don't understand why or if they even know what they're protesting. But anyway, let's watch this little news clip. I'm gonna give my take, and as usual, I want you to give your take in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. When you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. Let's hit it.
Governor Abbott and the Texas Education Agency are warning school districts not to facilitate student protest over the ongoing immigration crackdown. Fox 4 Stephen Dial in the newsroom with the protests and the state's response. Stephen.
These walkouts have been happening in North Texas and around the state all week. Students say this is their way of expressing their frustration with ICE. This week, students at multiple North Texas high schools staged walkouts protesting ICE enforcement. Dozens of students walked out Thursday at Forney High School. Friday, we saw smaller protests at schools in Plano and Melissa ISDs.
You don't have freedom of speech to say and act any way you want to, anywhere you want to, anytime you want to.
Governor Abbott made his position clear on Wednesday after he ordered the Texas Education Agency to set guidelines for school districts. The TEA warned school districts not to facilitate these student protests, saying state law does not allow school systems to support or oppose political activism that disrupts learning.
When they do these protests, can somebody tell me where exactly are they going?
The TEA told schools to mark student protesters as absent and warned that teachers can be subject to investigation if they facilitate any walkouts. The agency even warned districts that they could face a state takeover if they don't comply.
The Supreme Court has been very clear about free speech of students, and that free speech of students does not include leaving the school to go protest.
Or leave the school for any reason without previous approval. And facilitate, in a nutshell, means making something easy, making it easy for somebody to do something. So like basically if you're in class and students about to get up and go walk outside and protest, the teacher is not supposed to like unlock the door or not let them out. I guess it's supposed to like say, hey, you can't leave. If you leave, you're gonna get written up. Or I'm talking about work. If you leave, you're gonna go get a referral or go get a detention or something like that. They got to at least make an effort to stop the children. The problem is these kids nowadays, shoot, they don't respect no teacher anyway. I'm surprised a lot of them even go to school. But anyway.
And so by Supreme Court precedent, what they did by leaving school to go protest is not protected speech.
The ACLU disagrees with that position, saying, quote, government officials cannot punish students simply because they dislike their message. Students do not lose their free speech rights when they enter their schools. Now, some districts are addressing the issue directly. Allen ISD sent a letter to parents saying that walkouts will not be sponsored or allowed by Allen ISD or by any individual campus.
Stephen, thank you.
So the thing about it is, but people not understanding, you're putting together two things that don't match. And what I mean by that is the protest. Okay, say it like this: you leaving school, and the reason you leaving school has nothing to do with each other. It doesn't matter why you're leaving school. Just leaving campus is a problem. But before I get into that, just want to look at a few statistics right quick. They said it was small groups in these schools, ISDs, Forney ISD, Melissa, and Plano. Forney ISD, it has a population of, really, I didn't know that. Got 16,000, almost 17,000 students, and 39% of them are African American, but 28% of them, 28.5% are Hispanic, 25% of them white, and so on and so forth. Economically disadvantaged, 46%. At risk students, 49.5%, which means they're at risk of not graduating. Limited English proficiency, 13.8% of the students. In Melissa, the Hispanic population is 11.7%, but yet the limited English proficiency is 12%. The reason why I bring that up, the English proficiency, is if you don't speak a whole lot of English, there's a good chance that you came from a different country and you're not from America or the United States. So ICE could really probably be affecting you. So those are the ones that I would expect that would be out protesting. And then in Plano, Hispanic population, oh, Plano got more Hispanics. My, I would have never thought that. Amazing. It done changed a lot since I was a kid. But anyway, Plano ISD, 29.8% Hispanic, and limited English proficiency, 26.3%. You see, there's a correlation between the Hispanic population and the population that can't really speak English well. Another thing I looked up to see what is like the rules for walking out of school. It said for Plano ISD, no leaving campus during the school day without proper parental permission and office check-in, except senior high students with open campus lunch privilege. In Forney, students are not allowed to leave campus without office checkout and parent guardian permission. Leaving without permission will result in attendance, discipline, consequences. And in Melissa, students cannot leave campus during school hours without signing out through the office with parental authorization. Unapproved departures are not allowed statewide unless Texas law. When a student arrives at a school property or boards a school bus, they are considered in school for attendance purposes. A student must be properly signed out through the office with parent guardian permission before leaving during school hours. Leaving without authorization may count as an unexcused absence or truancy. So again, it has nothing to do with the protest. I remember back in high school, when I was in high school, I'll tell y'all before, we used to have this little group we called it the Black Watch Movement back in the days. And we used to, my friends and I, we used to sit by the stairs, talk about Black history, African history, the plight of the Black man, this, that, and the third. And then they said that we couldn't do this close to the student center because there was disruption. So then we went off to like a different hallway before class and we did it there. Then we get called to the office and they telling us we can no longer have our little meeting or whatever. It was amazing because we should do this like before class, before first period class. We would do these. We would have these meetings. So when we talked, so me and my homeboy talked to the principal. We was like, well, okay, well, we'll just go outside the booth, just leave campus and do it. He told us back then, this is like 93, 94 maybe, that we couldn't leave campus because of these statewide Texas rules that I just read to y'all. So again, it doesn't matter why you leaving campus. You just can't leave campus. Regardless. So you can say, hey, I'm leaving for a protest, or say I'm finna go grab something to eat, or hey, I'm finna go to a dentist appointment. If your parent or guardian didn't sign you out or say you can leave and didn't leave with you from that campus, students can't go nowhere. But I really wanted to know, I wish the newscast, and they probably couldn't do it because, well, no, you can talk to them. Well, I don't know. I don't know if they couldn't talk to them because they were minors or not, and they didn't have permission from the parents or the adults. But I would love to have them ask the students, why exactly are you protesting ICE? What about what ICE is doing got you to leave class? Especially when your proficiency in reading, math, writing, history, whatever, is on average 17 to 20% at grade level. There are better ways to protest, even if I don't agree with the kids protesting or why they protesting. Let me tell you this, something that adults could tell y'all. The better ways to do it. Disrupting school is not the way to do it. Matter of fact, you need to be in school learning because the learning is for you. It's not for the teachers are not learning. It's for the students. So the students should be in school learning all day, every day, and raising those proficiency levels up the best they can. That's the best way you can help your fellow students who is being affected by ICE raids. Students, I don't know how much money y'all got, but y'all got social media. I bet you every last one of them kids got a cell phone. Y'all can go on cell phones and start chats and start groups to voice your frustration. More people will see that than will the two news crews that, well, they'll see it and pay attention than more than the two news crews who use a drone to take a picture of y'all while 5 of y'all standing outside of your campus. And then when you come back, you got a unexcused absence, which hell, I remember back when I was in school, I didn't care about no unexcused absence. Hell, this is my first one, that's fine. And but what's going to happen is, and what they don't understand, and which is something like I said, they need to tell these kids is he's talking about Governor Greg Abbott talking about taking funding away from these schools who ain't stopping these or who's facilitating and not stopping these protests. When you start messing with people's money, they will start enforcing laws and rules a whole lot stricter. That's what these youngsters need to be prepared for. Now, again, if you want to protest ICE, like I said, I don't know where you was walking to, but why don't you leave campus and go to an ICE center, an ICE holding center, and protest there? I mean, I'm just saying, not. I don't. I mean, I'm saying it because walking out of class, standing across school with a sign, holding signs up with cars passing by, is not going to get anything done no time soon. No time soon. Not with the government that you're dealing with, the power that you're dealing with. It's not going to happen. If you're going to do something, you got to do something drastic. Like do something that's really going to catch attention. Like I said, like going to an ICE detention center. Uh, Creating a YouTube channel talking about it, or a Patreon channel talking about it, or whatever the case may be. Facebook Live, YouTube Live, something going on there, and actually, talking about it, talking about what you see. You know what I'm saying? Interviewing people that you know that are being affected by this. Things like that is how you really make a change. But the one way to really make a change, if you can figure it out, you gotta affect people's money. You find a way to affect their money, change will come quickly. I don't know how you're gonna do it dealing with ICE, but hey, if you can't really affect people's money, and you ain't old enough to vote, ain't really much you can do about it. So basically, what I would say as a parent, get back in class and learn. If you want to help your if you want to help your fellow students, teach them English. You know what I'm saying? Teach them how to go and get that green card, how to become citizens. Showing their parents how they can do it. That's how you can do it. Because the youth are the one who's going to make the change of the future. Other than that, you just putting a mark on your school record. Anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below. Share it with the world. Let's have an intelligent conversation. You know how we do around here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those 4 things cost you maybe a couple of minutes out of your day, but it means the world to us here at this channel. And with that being said, I'll leave you in peace and love, and I'll see you on the other side.